Welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Thursday edition of Rasaji Speaks. So happy you joined us today. Hope you're having a great week. Don't forget today on PFL at 1 o'clock, we're going to have Sweet Lisa on, an incredible celloist and piano player. But she formed a business a little over a year ago of making all natural candles, and you're going to want to be there. And Brother Adam, who's making candle holders, that's pretty cool, plus his bowls and his walking sticks. And guess what? I just found out Adam is so creative that he's not limited to wood. So we'll maybe goose him a little bit and get him talking about what other elements that he's working with, metal or whatever that is. But I'm excited. These are two of Lamaji's favorite people. They're just, both of them are the salt of the earth. And you'll enjoy this PFL. So don't miss it at 1 o'clock. And of course, we got Master David's live class tonight, right? 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, and 6 o'clock on the Pacific Rim. So, what is our subject matter today, right? You look around here, you see the Washington Monument, and I'm just under. Well, let's speak about catastrophic insurance. Do you need it? Right? Or how should you design it, right? It's not a bad idea, but what happens is when you get something and you're young, in my opinion, if you were to buy any kind of form of health insurance, the most practical one would be catastrophic. I think the best way to do everything is to be self-insured yourself, because the money you pay out of your pocket in premium could be going into a crypto account, could be going into a long-term savings account, a CD. In other words, it's making money. The insurance company's not going to pay you on your money. Now, they will if you get an annuity and tie it up for 5 to 7 years. And I like that also, right? But over the years, Lamaji is going to teach you how to make 5 to 20% year in and year out. Why not have your money working? But it makes sense because for pennies on a dollar, you can have a high deductible in case something happened. Maybe you were not vibrating what you were supposed to be vibrating when some form of accident happened, or when someone diagnosed you with something going on that you didn't know what was going on. The neat thing that's happening, because you're such a part of the Circle of Chi organization, and as you realize more and more every day that God lives in you, well, that changes everything, doesn't it? So don't be surprised that that policy that you need now that makes sense, you might not need it later as you become more well-to-do. But again, take a look at that, do something, and don't put yourself deep in debt if something was liable to happen to someone else. Let's suppose that this was one of the trade towers that in 2001 on September, both of those got taken out. Who would have ever figured that that would happen? Even though 8 or 9 years before, in the garage of one of the trade towers, there was a bomb. And, and it went off, and they thought, that didn't bring down. But it took 2 airplanes, 2 jets, 2 747s full of fuel to take things down. And that probably hit a lot of people who never thought about insuring themselves to really think seriously about insuring themselves. So we leverage the system, is what we do, in order to do what we do. I was asked to watch and observe Donald Trump from the moment he went into the Grand Hyatt around 1975 and decided that he was going to get a contract to change the facelift of the Hyatt at the train station right there at Lexington. Who would have known that 10 years later, that would become his signature for his glass buildings that he was building up all over the world? Who would have known that one day this guy would turn into a multi-billionaire? Well, the roots of his father were across the river in Bronx and Brooklyn, was doing real estate, but more real estate management, apartment complexes, condominiums, that kind of thing. Donald had a bigger vision. He wanted to go big in real estate, and he has been extremely successful. Climbed out of bankruptcy twice. Amazing. And then the guy turns around 45, 50 years later, becomes president 45 and 47. Should have been 46, but we're not going to go into that too much. That's just spilt milk anyhow, right? The point is be smart. Use leverage. And as you become extremely wealthy over the next several years by following the principles of the circle of G, then you can make adjustments. Because when your frequency gets higher and higher, even your free will changes because you become more aware of where free will really comes from. It comes from the charade. It comes from the soul. In my soul, I am free. Free indeed I shall be. Like a mantra, right? Or a rap, maybe, right? And you want to work in capacities, live in the states or countries that honor that. I'm so proud to be an American. I can't even tell you how proud that I am. I'm even more proud to live in the state of Florida. We've been blessed with some of the best governors. I know the next guy is going to probably be the best of the lot. And they honor free speech and free enterprise, no taxation. It's wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. It truly is the American way. So this is Lama G saying, as we say in the Far East, Baraka Busha. May the blessings be to you and your family. Look forward to seeing you a little bit briefly today on the 1 o'clock with Brother Adam and Sister Lisa. And Sister Jacqueline Santos, such a beautiful soul. She'll be the hostess for the show. I'm so happy to be here, and I love where PFL is going. And I want to thank Sister Nan for her vision for PFL. If you like what you've been seeing on PFL, Sister Nan has her hand in a lot of that. Let her know that you love the direction, because I surely do. So God bless you. Tomorrow is Shangri-La version of Rasaji Speaks, and I'll see you then. God bless.